When it comes to being prepared, nothing is more critical than securing your family's survival. Imagine this. Overnight, the unthinkable happens. The U.S. is attacked and chaos unfolds. Supply chains crumble, grocery stores' shelves are emptied within hours, and the resources you once took for granted are gone. Will you be ready? Today we're going to cover 8 essential grocery products you must stockpile before it's too late. These aren't just suggestions. These are life-saving necessities that can mean the difference between safety and desperation when disaster strikes. From long-lasting food staples to crucial survival supplies, these are the items that could help your family endure the unimaginable. But don't wait until it's too late. The time to act is now. Before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss crucial tips to keep your loved ones safe in uncertain times. This knowledge could save lives, and we're here to help you prepare for the worst. Are you ready to take your survival into your own hands? Stay tuned as we reveal the 8 grocery products you need to stock up on today. 1. Powdered milk. When disaster strikes and the comforts of modern grocery stores disappear, powdered milk could be the key to your survival. This shelf-stable product is a powerhouse of essential nutrients, making it an indispensable item to stockpile. Unlike fresh milk, powdered milk doesn't require refrigeration, ensuring it's safe to consume even when power grids fail. It contains vital vitamins like A and D, along with high calcium levels. Nutrients crucial for maintaining bone strength and preventing deficiencies during times of food scarcity. Imagine a scenario where supplies dwindle and fresh dairy becomes a distant memory. Without powdered milk, you risk nutritional gaps that could significantly weaken your body over time. Even scarier is the prospect of compromised immune systems in crises. Calcium and vitamin D, both abundant in powdered milk, are linked to immune support. A body starved of these nutrients is more likely to succumb to illness, something nobody can afford when access to doctors and medicine may be limited. Additionally, powdered milk provides an excellent source of protein, which is essential for repairing tissues and supporting energy. Without it, you could face chronic fatigue and slow recovery from physical injuries. Powdered milk's long shelf life means it will be ready and waiting when chaos erupts, offering a small but invaluable semblance of normalcy in your diet. If you're not stockpiling this item now, you could be leaving your family's survival to chance. 2. Honey. Honey, the golden lifesaver with an indefinite shelf life, is more than just a delicious treat, it's a survival essential. A natural powerhouse of energy, honey can provide the quick calories needed to keep your body going during extended emergencies. But its value goes far beyond sustenance. Honey's natural antibacterial properties can help stave off infections, which could become a terrifying reality in post-disaster scenarios where medical care is non-existent. Second, imagine treating a wound or burn without any ointments or medications. Honey, when applied topically, acts as a natural barrier against bacteria, reducing the risks of sepsis or other life-threatening complications. When food supplies are disrupted, the morale-boosting sweetness of honey becomes a psychological lifeline. Its versatility makes it an invaluable addition to any stockpile. Use it to sweeten bland emergency food or as a quick energy source before tackling the monumental challenges of survival. With sugar shortages likely during times of attack, honey becomes a priceless commodity for baking, cooking, and preserving other essential food items. Beyond its uses for nutrition and healing, honey can last indefinitely when stored correctly. That's right, you could keep a jar of honey for decades and it would still be edible when you need it most. The scariest thought of all? Facing a future without honey. Without its healing and nutritional properties, even minor issues like low energy or a small wound could spiral into life-threatening crises. Don't underestimate honey's role as a survival tool. It could mean the difference between thriving and merely scraping by as the world crumbles around you. Time is not on your side. Make sure you have this liquid gold stored in your pantry before it's too late. 3. Canned tuna. Canned tuna is an essential item to have in your stockpile when preparing for the unimaginable. Its high protein content and abundance of omega-3 fatty acids make it a lifesaver for maintaining nutrition during times of crisis. When the U.S. is attacked and the supply chain collapses, fresh meat may become impossible to find, leaving non-perishable items like canned tuna as your only reliable source of protein. The omega-3 fatty acids further boost its value as they support heart health, a crucial aspect when stress levels are at their peak. Imagine enduring long days of uncertainty, your heartbeat racing with fear, and knowing that even though the world around you is crumbling, the nutrients in canned tuna are silently working to keep your body stable and functioning. Another critical benefit is its long shelf life. Canned tuna can stay edible for years if stored properly, letting you prepare for the long haul of survival. Compact and easy to store, it takes up little space in your emergency pantry, yet provides immense value. However, don't forget that the moment panic strikes, shelves in stores will empty out fast. Ensuring you're stocked with canned tuna might be the difference between survival and starvation. Or lentils. Lentils are a powerhouse food that no stockpiler can afford to ignore. Rich in protein, fiber, and essential minerals like iron and magnesium, lentils are a critical component when fighting off hunger during extreme conditions. Picture a reality where fresh vegetables and meats are gone, and your body dreams of essential nutrients. It's lentils that can step in to save the day. Their high protein content will help keep your muscles strong and ensure you have the energy needed to face physically demanding circumstances, like carrying heavy supplies or walking long distances to find safety. The fiber, on the other hand, aids in digestion, preventing any unfortunate health issues that could arise during days of rationing. Lentils are also remarkably versatile. Whether boiled with a bit of seasoning, turned into a soup, or mixed with rice, if available, they can adapt to whatever basic ingredients you have access to, offering variety during what could be monotonous and grueling days. The steady availability of crucial minerals in lentils is no small thing either. Iron is particularly vital for keeping anemia at bay during prolonged uncertainty, where every ounce of personal strength counts. Stock up now before the panic hits, because once disaster strikes, lentils will be worth their weight in gold. 5. Condiments. Condiments might not seem like an obvious priority for stockpiling, but in the grim aftermath of an attack on the U.S., these unsung heroes of the pantry will become absolutely indispensable. Items like salt, sugar, pepper, soy sauce, and bouillon cubes may sound small and insignificant, but their ability to bring flavor and nutrients to otherwise bland, survival-focused meals cannot be overstated. Imagine eating boiled rice or plain lentils for weeks on end. It won't take long for your morale to crumble under such tasteless monotony. A pinch of salt or a splash of soy sauce can elevate the simplest of meals, providing you not only with a bit of comfort, but also much-needed motivation to endure. Salt, moreover, doubles as a preservation tool, useful if refrigeration becomes a distant luxury. Sugar can act as a quick source of energy, giving you a burst of strength when you need it most. Bouillon cubes, though small, pack intense flavor and micronutrients that can transform a weak soup into something revitalizing. Beyond flavor, condiments often have hidden survival benefits. Salt aids in hydration by balancing electrolytes, while sugar can treat low blood sugar levels in emergencies. You might scoff at these small containers sitting on your pantry shelves today, but when the world is turned upside down and every bite of food counts, condiments may be the only thread keeping sanity intact. Stockpile them now, or risk bland despair later, when desperation has no room for culinary mistakes. 6. MREs, meals ready to eat. When disaster strikes and the comforts of modern life crumble, you won't have the luxury of a home-cooked meal. This is where MREs, or meals ready to eat, become a lifeline. Developed for soldiers on the battlefield, these compact, nutritionally balanced packets are designed to support survival when all else fails. Imagine a scenario where grocery stores are ransacked, power grids are down, and food becomes the most valuable resource. MREs shine in such dire times with their convenience and extended shelf life of up to 5 years, sometimes even longer under proper storage conditions. These meals are specifically crafted to provide daily calorie requirements, ensuring you don't just survive but maintain energy and focus when chaos reigns. Stockpiling them before a crisis could mean the difference between hunger-fueled desperation and a fighting chance. The beauty of MREs lies in their simplicity. No stove, fire, or additional water is needed, as most include flameless ration heaters that can warm up your food in minutes. While they may not provide gourmet flavors, their practicality is unmatched. With options like pasta, chili, or rice-based dishes, they offer variety in a world of limited choices. When the unthinkable happens and the risk of stepping outdoors feels too great, these meals could be the critical layer of preparation that keeps you and your loved ones alive. Remember, when the warning signs of calamity are apparent, MREs will no longer line the shelves. They'll already be gone. Act now, or risk facing a future without the basics needed for survival. 7. Minimum beans. A simple bag of beans could be one of your greatest allies in a post-attack world. Don't be deceived by their humble appearance. These nutrient-dense legumes are packed with enough protein, fiber, and essential minerals to sustain life when other food sources become scarce. Picture a scenario where supply chains are demolished and fresh foods vanish overnight. Beans, with their long shelf life and countless preparation methods, transform from a simple pantry staple to a survival necessity. Stored properly in sealed containers, dried beans can last up to 10 years, while canned beans extend their utility even further, ensuring you won't be left starving in the wake of catastrophe. Versatility is another key advantage. Garbanzo beans, black beans, lentils, and pinto beans can easily form the backbone of countless meals while delivering vital nutrition. Beyond their dietary benefits, they require relatively little to prepare. Some dried beans only need boiling water and time, both manageable even when resources are limited. Picture the stress, fear, and hunger that accompany an extended emergency. With beans in your stockpile, you'll have not only sustenance, but also something that can be stretched across multiple meals, feeding entire families through dark and uncertain days. If you underestimate their importance now, you'll regret the day you find yourself scavenging for scraps without access to such essential survival food. 8. Canned meat. Meat is a primal source of energy. It has fueled humanity's survival for millennia. But what happens when grocery shelves are empty and fresh options are no longer a choice? Enter canned meat, a vital resource for ensuring adequate protein and fats during prolonged emergencies. Designed to last for years without refrigeration, canned meat becomes invaluable after an attack disrupts infrastructure. It may look unassuming now, sitting quietly on grocery store shelves, but its ability to sustain life when fresh meat is unavailable places it high on the list of priority stockpile items. Whether it's canned chicken, tuna, beef, or even Spam, these products are portable, easy to store, and full of the nutrition necessary for survival. Protein is essential in times of crisis, as it maintains muscle strength and repairs damaged tissues, especially in high-stress environments. Fats, often overlooked until it's too late, provide energy reserves critical for carrying out physical tasks and enduring cold environments. Canned meat gives you both, fitting neatly into a stockpiling strategy while requiring no complicated preparation or refrigeration. Eat it, or add it to simple recipes, you can make it work in any situation. Imagine the horrifying scene of widespread chaos, where scavenging for protein-rich food might bring you face-to-face with hostile individuals equally desperate for survival. If you've stocked up on canned meat in advance, that fight never reaches your doorstep. When the worst does happen, those small cans could very well be the sustenance that keeps you alive while others struggle to find their next meal. Long-term storage tips. When disaster strikes, only those who've prepared will survive. Stockpiling the right grocery products is no longer optional. It's urgent, but your efforts will be wasted if you don't store them correctly. Time is running out. Act now. Here's how to preserve your lifeline. First, vacuum sealing is your shield against time and nature. For grains, beans, and dehydrated foods, core survival staples, air is the enemy. Exposure to oxygen leads to spoilage, mold, and weevil infestations. Use vacuum sealers to strip the air away, locking in freshness and keeping your critical supplies edible when everything else crumbles. Next, understand that storage conditions are everything. Heat, humidity, and direct light can be silent destroyers of your stash. Seek out a cool, dark hideaway, preferably a basement or a sealed closet. Remember, the best storage isn't just secretive, it's secure. What you're guarding isn't just food, it's your survival. Food-grade buckets with airtight lids become non-negotiable when the threat of pests rises. You may not see them now, but when chaos erupts, the tiniest intruders will hunt your cash. Invest in these buckets to keep moisture and rodents out. For critical items like rice and flour, this step could be the difference between life and starvation. Finally, stock rotation is key. Keep a watchful eye on expiration dates. Use the oldest items first and replace them with fresh purchases. Neglecting this step might leave you with nothing but spoiled goods when it matters most. Rotating your stockpile. When disaster strikes, your survival depends on the preparation you've done today. A well-maintained food stockpile is not just a precaution, it's a lifeline. Without proper rotation, your carefully stocked supplies could become unusable when you need them most. Fate favors the prepared, and that means taking every detail seriously, starting with how you manage your life-saving groceries. Labeling is your first line of defense against waste and spoilage. Mark every item with its purchase date, leaving no room for error. Unlabeled goods become ticking time bombs in your pantry, potentially spoiling before you're able to use them. Don't gamble with your survival. Implement the first in, first out FIFO rule religiously. This system ensures older items are used first, minimizing the risk of spoilage. When adding newly purchased stock, place them at the back and move older supplies forward. Skipping this simple step could mean the difference between a full belly and food too rancid to eat when the stakes are highest. Conduct regular inspections of your stockpile. This is crucial. Expiration dates and signs of spoilage are silent threats that can compromise the safety of your food reserves. Don't wait. Schedule inspections monthly, and your life may depend on it when that day comes. Finally, include your stockpiled items in your daily use to ensure they stay fresh and familiar. Incorporating them into your meals prepares you for their usage during times of crisis and prevents waste. Neglecting this practice turns your stockpile into a haunted house of expired cans and useless perishables. Budget-friendly stockpiling tips. If you think survival stockpiling is only for the wealthy, think again. You don't need endless funds. You need strategy and urgency. Here's how to build your stockpile while stretching every dollar. Do it now, because tomorrow might be too late. Start by buying in bulk. Rice, beans, pasta, and canned goods are non-negotiables for survival. Skip the small bags. Larger quantities reduce cost per unit and ensure you won't come up short. When panic erupts, the shelves will be picked clean, and a bulk purchase now could mean months of sustenance when stores are no longer an option. Always be on the hunt for sales and discounts. Keep an eye on clearance sections and clip every coupon you can find. Timing matters. Look out for holiday sales or seasonal resets. Every dollar saved on essentials today is a dollar you can spend securing tomorrow. Don't overlook generic brands. They're often cheaper and nearly identical in quality to their branded counterparts. Name brands won't matter when the world is in chaos. What counts is having enough food to keep going. Grow your own food if you can. A humble backyard garden or even a few pots on a balcony can yield crucial supplies. Learn to can, dry, or freeze the harvest to ensure long-term use. This adaptability could prove life-saving when fresh produce becomes a distant memory. Finally, plan every purchase. Stick to a strict list so your money goes to what matters. Fancy treats and impulsive buys have no place in a survival scenario. Desperation has no budget. Start stockpiling smart today, because if you don't, there may be no tomorrow.